Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I think we're up to episode 10 here for this series. And I didn't honestly think Ermor, or I didn't honestly think Pangaea would last this long. Vornok? Oh. Right, the stupid monstrum. You know what, we're gonna send you off to do something useful, like, oh, I don't know. Not be here. That's the one problem with the Shattered Soul. It does kind of make him a little crazy. He's lost his mind. He does have some magical abilities, though, so... If you remember last time we did power up... Whoa, how did he get to level 2 already? We only empowered him by 1. Yeah, it still says he's only level 2, but... Or level 1. Oh, wait. It's not that. It's not that. No, it's not the champion's skull. Oh, yeah, okay, Sunslayer. Sunslayer gives him a bonus of one extra level to his death magic abilities. So, actually, let's see, what spells can you cast already? Keep him going empowerment. Because eventually he'll be able, once he hits around level 6, I think, for death magic, he should be able to completely replenish his own troops in between battles. Yeah, that's actually one thing to note. If you have ranged troops, they cannot be ordered to fire at the rearmost, nor at the rear of the enemy army. Only a commander can be told that for some reason. Where did I send the crazy guy? Let's see, Ermor's right there. I sent him here. Okay, Vornok, you're actually going to go all the way up here. Like I said, I'm actually going to send him up here to deal with the Dust River. Actually, let's see, what can he do at level 3? You could summon the Mound Fiend. Yeah, okay, what does he need to be for Legion of Whites? Level 6. Okay, we can do that. He could also start reviving Banes. Oh wait, no he can't, because those are not... Banes are actually not... I mean, Banes are useful, but they're not... He wouldn't be able to command them because they are commanders. You know what? We're gonna need another death level. That'll put him at level 4 effectively, since he has the Sunslayer. Hope you guys have been enjoying this series as much as I have. If you do, and like I always say, I do look for votes on who to play next. I really just cannot bring myself to care about that. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and get more. Let's see if we can get more. There it is, Akashic Knowledge. Akashic Knowledge does actually have a range of about, I think it's 10 provinces. There we go, that should put him at level 5. You know what, we're also going to just give him a massive amount of death gems. Or as many as we can. Which is 30. The reason for that is, he'll be, with that many death gems, he'll be able to cast a lot more powerful spells in combat. Without death gems, I know you can cast a couple of things, and then you can mostly you're going to be raising the dead, and basic skeletons at that. Whereas with a lot of death gems, there's actually some spells where you can basically just rip the life out of anything on the field. And if they happen to have things that are classed as undead, he might be able to just rip control from the enemy and just be like, hey, thanks for the free troops. Canyon of Wild Wind, Barrel Mound, Bronze Pillar. Ooh, that's actually 2. Ooh, 2 for there, too. How am I doing on research? Okay, I'm almost done. Almost done with level 9, to get to level 9 of Blood Magic. And we're actually now have a positive Dominion here, which means... Yep. He's actually a lot more... Sethmog's actually going to be a lot more useful in this province. It's also going to start spreading. You know what? We're actually going to have you build a temple as well. Anywhere that I have a censor in Pangaea territory. You know what? Just for fun. Actually, okay, no, I don't have any troops I can add, but fortunately there's only 90 troops in this place. This might be a win right here, depending. I haven't conquered all of Pangaea, but oh wow, we actually took Pangaea just entirely. And we do have to take the fortress, but I do not care. Actually wait, no, let me take that. Let me rephrase that. I do care. Because I like them dead. I like the dead in this game. Okay, you know what? Time to actually cast your first major spell. Where was it? It's a... Yeah, Lictorian Legion, that's what I was after. What the... That doesn't actually... Okay, good, that's not gonna use his own... That's not gonna use his personal resources. Or at least it shouldn't. Because now he'll have more lictors, which means his troops, or his bodyguard at least, will be a lot stronger. After this, I think we'll do the Legion of Whites. By the way, if anybody's wondering about the setup I use for recording, it's the PC itself is not anything to write home about. I have an external hard drive, which is where I do all my recording too. And for my microphone, I'm using a Yeti Blue, which is actually a really nice microphone. It's just had a lot stronger pickup than I originally thought. I could turn that down, but... Okay, a Mound King decided to attack us. Have more lictors, because you need them. Okay, good. He's actually... I forgot about that. Velites... Yeah, okay. Legionnaires. Oh, he does actually have Triarius. I forgot. What's your maximum command? Is that 455? Yikes! I forgot because of the. He would have more troops that he can, more undead than he can command. Because he's now a death. He's now actually a death mage. You know what? Let's actually do that first. Pale Riders. Once he's actually got a large enough army, once he's got a good-sized army, we're actually just going to send him into Pangaea, have him destroy the fortress himself. Actually, I think all of his troops might be... His troops might all be amphibious, so he might actually be able to take the water provinces that Pangaea has. Okay, that leaves just evocation. I don't know how much defense it has left. There's the riders. 113 mounted. You know, it's just for numbers' sake. And this is a Velite. Yeah, let's go with Ermorian Legion. Let's see how they deal with this. If you just heard that, that was just me opening a drink. Oddly enough, my voice doesn't hurt as much after I finish casting nowadays. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just getting better about it. Legionnaires. Velites. Triarius. Those guys are staying here because I just remembered. I don't actually want to do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the Legion of Whites. They can go in with the Triarius. Actually, no, it's probably better to have them go in with the Legionnaires. Come to think of it. I could be using the Lictors better by having them actually get into combat, because the Lictors are actually pretty strong, but... Also, if anybody knows of any good mods for this game that are on Steam, please let me know. I'd love to try them out. More. Oh, he actually managed to kill one of the Soultorn. That's pretty big, actually. So much of the world is just deciding to stand up again. Oh, it's because they're not mindless. These are. So actually, yeah, these guys can go in with the Lictors. More Velites. More Legionnaires. You know what? That's actually enough of an army. 350 troops is a lot. Sothmog is going to town. Like I said, his major job right now is going to be just get to Pangaea and just rip through the gates. And fortunately, with as large an army as he's got, it should be pretty simple for him. Let's see how this goes. Excuse me. Talk about too little too late. They just declared their prophet. I don't even know where he is. For all I know, he could... No, there's nobody there. Pangaea Pangaea might have this and this province, but they're not going to have a lot more. I've taken over so much of their stuff. Can he actually... Yes, he can. Does he actually have an army big enough? Kind of. We'll see how that goes. If he wins, he wins. As for me, folks, one of the things I've been doing recently is I've been watching a lot of The Flash on Netflix. It's actually a really fun show. I started off with The Arrow. It's also a good show. Although to be fair, in the when they cross over after The Flash gets his powers and goes to talk to the Arrow, this is in the pilot episode of The Flash. If I'd been the Arrow, I'd have been like, I have a bow and he can run at the speed of sound. How is that fair? We've taken the range of shadow. And now Sothmog is just going to walk into Pangaea. The fortification. This one's not going to last too long. You know what? We're actually going to send... No. Masamalak, you're going to stay there. And Korgol are going to head up to the range of Shadow. Once Sathmog actually gets to Pangaea, I'm going to send Masamalak into the sea. Start cutting down the last of Pangaea. The world... Well, not... Actually, I was going to say the world tree is burning, but Pangaea is... Pangaea is actually based more on general world mythology rather than... It's got a lot of Greek stuff. Like the Minotaurs, the Maenads... So there's not really a Norse myth that I can really use talking about that. You know what, just for fun, we're going to actually have Nightworm join the battle. Oh, they do it. Oh, wow, that's funny. Pangaea also has this little island, Summer Edge. They're under siege from neutral troops. They're not doing well right now. They are basically hemorrhaging provinces. The seat of Pangaea is about to fall here, folks. How long do we have left on this episode, I wonder? Ooh, just under 8 minutes. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully we might actually be able to finish off Pangaea in this episode. If that happens, the next episode will be the start of the next nation. I haven't quite decided. I'm still leaning towards playing Ralia, which is, as people will tell you if they know Cthulhu mythos, the closest that a human tongue can come to pronouncing that. I lost 17. They lost 127, and we also found the Horn of Valor. But let's watch the last stand of the Greeks. I don't actually mean the country. I don't actually have anything against the country of Greece. They actually built some stuff here. Are those summer lions? Leogryphs. Okay then, it's a griffin but without the wings. Ogres. A pan. There's really not a way they can stand up to this army at this point. He's just too massive. If he had his full army, they wouldn't even be doing any, they wouldn't even be able to stand up to this. Fortunately, sacred spells like he's casting right now don't actually take gems to cast. He has access to a lot of powerful stuff. All of it death magic, of course, but... Oh, there's a cloud... That's why they're dying. They're in the cloud of death that Karkator cast. Uh-oh. Nightworm is inside the base. Who's actually got the Horn of Valor? Dynamemna. One level of inspiration. Unfortunately, without magical weapons, it's very difficult to hit an ethereal troop, and Nightworm is definitely ethereal. And we've made it out of their little square of death without losing too much. I'm actually gonna go ahead and speed this up some. The commanders are dead. The army is routing. Unfortunately for them, we already know this is not going to go well. This look like Chimera. I guess their tails are just... Oh, the Chitharonic Lion. And that's the end of that. Pangaea itself is mine. Raise a temple. The Hidden Grove and the Grove of Gaia. Pangaea is basically dead now. And if you're wondering about the Bless is more effective with higher magical skills, it's because Bless does different things based on how high your magic is. So, for example, if you look at Sathmog, Alcastos, you're just now showing up. You lazy bastard. He's another one of the story. He's one of the story characters for Ermor. Okay, that's pillaged. That's what that means. So yeah, I think it's just these two provinces left. But yeah, here, let me show you what I mean. With Sothmog here, where he's got death weapons, that's a blessing based on my pretender god's abilities. Start reanimating some lictors here. Excuse me. This is basically the end for Pangaea. Death beats life. Or more accurately, death takes out a sword and kills life. That sounded better in my head. This episode's probably going to be over pretty soon. Let's see. Yep, just under 2 minutes. So, 2 float cat horrors. That's just disturbing. We found more stuff. I'm not even going to bother patrolling or leaving a defense here. We're just going to march straight onto Summer Edge and go ahead and end the game. Since this looks like it's going to be the end, I might actually run over a little bit on my timer. I should have cast, I think it's Army of the Dead. I should have used that to cast and given some extra help. Okay, yeah, we took out... I think we killed Ozai. Oops. Isis Pelagia herself came back in Pangaea. And I don't know who exactly killed her. Oh. When did that happen? Break the siege, Sathmog. Yeah, I think I'll run over a little bit since we're pretty close to winning here. Yeah, that was the timer going off, but like I said, I don't mind running over just a bit on this because this is going to be the final episode for this series. Like I said, on the next one, the first episode will probably be me getting the first couple of turns out of the way after I actually go through the whole god creation. Spine membrane horrors. I think I've broken the world. Ugh. I need to send more troops to Summer Edge. So like I said, this episode's going to be a little bit longer than my normal. Can you only command 120? These will go with the Princeps. I'm just going to send everybody that isn't doing something already. I still don't know where that attack on Pangaea came from. Although to be fair, even if Isis Pelagia just keeps coming back there, she doesn't have the strength anymore to stop me. She might have at one point, but when she decided to attack on her own, it obviously didn't go well. Silbermark? No, troglodytes. I lost a lot of troops, but then I noticed that I had over 1,000 in the battle. We're not going to watch that, because that's just... I can just imagine that being kind of terrifying in Summer Edge. I mean, you look out over the fortress, see this undead army, and then out of nowhere, there's even more of them just start coming up out of the sea. It's like the world itself is telling you to die. Finally. Storm. What? Oh, he's got a limp. I don't know how that happened. The end of Pangaea as we know it. Oh, okay, I did not realize that. Like I said, there's a lot of, like, what I was talking about was this tip. Because there's a lot of stuff about these games I still don't know, because they're very in-depth, very, very involved. There was nothing left in the Fortress of Summer Edge. Shadowglade, we won there. Did not rule a single province, and now has nowhere to return. Victory. You reign supreme. You are the Pantocrator. Your enemies are cast down, broken, dead, enslaved, or imprisoned. Sole author of fate, you summon the tides, dictate the seasons, give or withhold fortune in life, light up the sun at dawn and quench its fires at dusk. Not so much on either end. More just let it stay out. Yep. This actually also tells you where the old one went. Like it says, you actually... What happens is the old god gets this calling and just decides, I'm gonna go away. And now we just end the turn there. God of Ermor, God above all, beginning and the end, vessel of might, lord of untimely death, king of plagues. Let's look at the score graphs. provinces. Right there is where I started attacking Pangaea, and my score just went off. Forts, same thing. Income. Your income as Ermor never gets very, very big. Pangaea's kind of skyrocketed, and then we met, and then straight down. Gem income. This is when I first started, and then I just kept going. Research. I do a lot of researching in this game. Dominion, again. Army size. Constant increase. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you just saw, we actually managed to defeat Isis Pelagia of Pangaea. Melphus, god of Ermor, ascended to the throne of heaven and took over. Actually went rather well. I mean, 10 episodes? Not bad. I'll be starting the next series pretty soon. Like I said, I'm going to walk through an entire god creation on that one. And then get the first several turns out of the way. If you have an idea for who I should play next, please leave a comment. Like I said, this series I will play the most popular ones. If I don't get votes, I'll just keep coming up with new stuff to do. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and favorite it, or leave a comment if you've got something to say. I do read the comments, so I check this stuff, because some of them do give me some pretty good information. If you have an idea, please let me know. And if you want to keep up with me, so you can catch every new episode of this series as it comes out, and also the Randota series that I've got going, then please feel free to subscribe to the channel. There is a third series on the way. I'm still not 100% certain what I'm doing with that one, but it will start coming out on Fridays once I've got it figured out. As for that, folks, I have been D. We have just conquered Pangaea. So good night, and good gaming.